Predators are arrogant. They spend their lives hunting. They spend their lives picking out the weak ones. They look for the limp. They look for the distracted gaze. They look for the person who is too polite to make a scene. And on August 2016, a man named John Meehan, a man the world would come to know as Dirty John, thought he had found the perfect victim. He was sitting in his car in a parking lot in Newport Beach, California. He was watching a young woman. She was 25 years old. She was petite. She had blonde hair. She was wearing rain boots. She was walking her cute little Australian Shepherd dog. To John Meehan, she looked like a valley girl. She looked like someone who had never been in a fight in her life. She looked like someone who would freeze the moment he grabbed her. He thought it would be easy. He thought it would be over in seconds. He had a knife kit in his trunk. He had a plan to kidnap her, drug her, and destroy her. But John Meehan made a fatal mistake. He judged the book by its cover. He didn't know that inside that Valley Girl exterior was a mind that had been unintentionally training for this exact moment. He didn't know that she was a fanatic of the TV show The Walking Dead *. He didn't know that while he was planning a murder, she had spent years watching zombies getting killed on television, learning that if you want to stop a monster, you don't aim for the chest, you aim for the head. When he attacked her from behind, he expected a scream. Instead, he got a war. He expected a victim. Instead, he found himself lying on the asphalt, bleeding out from 13 stab wounds, looking up at the woman he tried to kill, realizing too late that he was the one who was trapped. This is the story of Terra Newell. It is the most satisfying story of self-defense in true crime history. It is the story of how a dog walker turned the tables on a serial predator and finished him off with his own weapon. If you ever worry about whether you would have the strength to fight back, if you ever wonder if you could survive a monster, please hit that subscribe * button right now. You need to hear this story because it proves that survival isn't about how big you are, it's about how fierce you are. To understand the rage that fueled Terra that day, we have to look at the man she was fighting. John Meehan was evil. There is no other word for it. He was a conman, a grifter, a sociopath. He had seduced Terra's mother, Terra Newell, on a dating site. He pretended to be a doctor. He pretended to be a war hero. He swept her off her feet. But it was all a lie. John Meehan was a drug addict with a long criminal record. He had terrorized women all over the country. He manipulated Deborah, isolated her from her children, and tried to steal her money. Terra saw through him immediately. She was the skeptical daughter. She told her mom, "This guy is creepy, he's dangerous." John hated her for it. He viewed Terra as the obstacle. He viewed her as the enemy. And when Deborah finally woke up, when she finally left him and went into hiding, John decided to take his revenge. He wasn't just going to hurt Deborah. He was going to destroy the thing she loved most. He was going to kill Terra. August 2016. It was a Saturday. Terra had just come home from work. She drove into her apartment complex parking lot. It was the middle of the day. She parked her car. She opened the door. Her dog, Cash, jumped out. Cash is a sweet, fluffy Australian Shepherd, not a guard dog, a companion. Terra put on her earbuds. She was listening to music. She was in her own world. She noticed a car parked nearby, a dark car. The windows were tinted. She thought it was strange, but she didn't panic. She just walked past it. As she walked past the trunk, the door opened. John Meehan stepped out. He moved fast. He came up behind her. Before she could turn around, he grabbed her. He slammed her against the trunk of his car. He put his hand over her mouth. "Do you remember me?" he whispered. Terra recognized the voice. It was the voice of the man who had threatened to throw her off a balcony. It was the voice of her stepfather. He pulled out a knife. He wrapped it in a bag, a kill kit bag. He was prepared. Most people, when grabbed from behind by a man with a knife, would faint. They would go limp. But Terra's brain did something extraordinary. She didn't freeze. She dissociated, but in a tactical way. She later said, "It felt like I was watching myself from above. I wasn't scared. I was just calculating." John tried to drag her toward his open trunk. He was going to abduct her. Terra knew that if she went into that trunk, she was dead. Rule 1 of survival: never go to the secondary location. So she dropped her center of gravity. She made herself heavy. John struggled. He was strong, but he was also older and he had been abusing drugs. He wasn't in peak condition. Terra fought. He hit her, he tried to stab her. The knife slashed her arm. Terra looked at his hand holding her mouth. And she bit him. She bit him so hard that her teeth sank into his flesh. She tasted his blood. He screamed. He pulled his hand back. This was the opening. But she wasn't free yet. He was still holding the knife. They fell to the ground. It was a scramble on the asphalt. Terra looked at the knife. It had fallen from his hand during the struggle. It was lying on the ground, just inches away. It was a race. Who would get to the weapon first? Terra got there first. She grabbed the handle. She stood up. John Meehan was on the ground, trying to grab her ankles. He was trying to get up to attack her again. This is the moment that defines the story. Terra could have run away. She had the knife. She could have sprinted to her apartment. But she realized something terrifying. If I run, he will get up. He will chase me. He will catch me. And he will kill me. She realized she couldn't leave this parking lot until the threat was zero. And then a thought flashed into her mind. A scene from her favorite TV show, The Walking Dead ***. She remembered the characters fighting the zombies. She remembered the rule. You have to kill the brain. You have to stop the monster completely or it keeps coming. Terra looked at John Meehan. She didn't see a stepfather. She didn't see a man. She saw a zombie, a predator that would not stop. She raised the knife. And she stabbed him. She stabbed him in the chest. She stabbed him in the shoulder. She stabbed him in the arm. She stabbed him 13 times. It was a frenzy of survival. She wasn't angry, she was efficient. She later described it as a video game state. Stab, retract, stab, retract. John was groaning. He was trying to grab the knife back. But Terra was faster. She was fueled by pure adrenaline. After 13 stabs, John was still moving. He was still trying to reach for her. Terra remembered the show again. The head, you have to go for the head. She looked at his face. She took the knife. And she drove it into his eye socket. It was the kill shot. The blade went through the eye and into the brain. John Meehan went limp. The threat was neutralized. Terra stood up. She was covered in blood. Her boots were filled with blood. Her dog, Cash, was barking frantically, nipping at John's ankles. Good boy, Cash. Terra looked at the knife in her hand. She realized she shouldn't hold it when the police arrived. She threw it across the parking lot, far away from him. Then she sat down on the curb. She picked up her dog. And she waited. Neighbors heard the screaming. They called 911. Paramedics arrived. When they saw the scene, they were confused. They saw a large man, brutally stabbed, bleeding out on the pavement. And they saw a tiny blonde girl sitting calmly with a dog. They assumed the man was the victim. They rushed to help him. They asked Terra, "Are you okay? Did you see who did this?" Terra looked at them and said, "I did. He tried to kill me, so I killed him." The paramedics were stunned. They treated Terra's arm, the slash wound. They took John Meehan to the hospital. He was on life support. His brain was destroyed. 4 days later, he died. The dirty John reign of terror was over, and it wasn't the police who stopped him. It wasn't the courts. It was a 25-year-old girl with a pocket knife and a will of steel. Terra was taken to the station. Usually when someone stabs a person 13 times, they are arrested. But the police looked at the evidence. They looked at the kill kit in John's trunk: duct tape, cable ties, drugs. They looked at the security footage. They saw clearly that he attacked her. They saw clearly that it was self-defense. The detective asked her, "Where did you learn to fight like that? Did you take classes?" Terra shook her head. "No," she said. "I just watch a lot of TV. I watch The Walking Dead **." The detective paused. He probably thought she was joking. But she wasn't. She explained the logic. Kill the brain. Don't stop until the zombie stops. It was unparalleled situational awareness derived from pop culture. The district attorney declared it a justifiable homicide. Terra Newell was a free woman. The most powerful part of this story isn't the violence, it is the mindset. John Meehan spent his whole life manipulating women. He thought women were weak. He thought they were easily controlled by fear. He spent months terrorizing Terra's mother, Deborah. He thought Terra would be the easiest target of all. But Terra represents a new generation of victim. She represents the victim who refuses to be polite. Women are often taught to be nice, to not make a scene, to de-escalate. Terra threw nice out the window. When he grabbed her, she didn't ask why she bit him. She tapped into a primal, animalistic rage that John Meehan never expected. In interviews, Terra says something that gives me chills. She says, "I didn't want to kill him. I'm not a killer, but I didn't want to die. And in that moment it was him or me, and I chose me." She chose herself. She chose her future. She chose her mother's safety. She chose her dog. She chose to be the last person John Meehan ever touched. We have to give a shout-out to Cash, the Australian shepherd. During the fight, Cash didn't run away. Cash stayed. While Terra was wrestling John, Cash was biting John's legs. He was a distraction. He was a teammate. After the fight, Terra held Cash. He was covered in blood too. But he was fine. They saved each other. It is a reminder that loyalty is a powerful weapon. John Meehan had no one. He died alone on the concrete. Terra had her protector. The story of Terra Newell is a wake-up call to predators everywhere. You never know who you are attacking. You never know what that person is capable of. You might see a valley girl in rain boots, but you might be looking at a warrior who is ready to go to war. Terra Newell proves that you don't need to be a black belt to survive. You just need the permission to fight back. You need the permission to unleash your inner zombie slayer. This is the kind of story that makes you want to stand up and cheer. It is justice in its purest, most raw form. Do you think you could have done what Terra did? Could you have picked up that knife? Let me know in the comments below. And if you love stories where the bad guy gets exactly what he deserves, please smash that asterisk like asterisk asterisk button. It helps the channel so much. And subscribe asterisk asterisk. I have a story coming next about a woman who survived a serial killer by convincing him she was a ghost. You won't believe it. Stay safe, walk your dog, and remember, always go for the head.